Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the most direct descendant of the original water-resistant self-winding Rolex. It is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39 in stainless steel, reference 114300. You can see this incredible red grape dialed 39mm time-only Rolex sports watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this automatic winding red grape dial variant of the Oyster Perpetual 39mm. So let's start with the basic dimensions. No mystery here, it's 39mm across the round of the case, not including the crown. The watch is reasonably slim, 11.2mm thick with a generously sloped domed style bezel. It will easily slide underneath any suit jacket cuff and the sleeve beneath. From lug to lug, the watch is reasonably broad for 39 as it spans 49mm across the wrist, including the solid end links of the bracelet on which, inevitably, these watches will always be worn. Now, the timepiece has a heft to it and a solidity that recalls precious metal Rolex watches of a generation ago. With all solid center links, solid end links, and a milled-out clasp, the watch has an impressive presence on the wrist, eyes closed, and it has a handsome presence on the wrist, eyes open. A versatile watch that can be worn with almost anything, and thanks to 100-meter water resistance, almost anywhere. It benefits from the many detail refinements to Rolex's cases, movements, bracelets, and clasps over the years. Now you can see the clasp is tapered and all of a satin finish with the exception of the polished flanks. So it's a little bit more understated than some of the more expensive Rolex models. And you can see the polish is kept to a minimum. It's on the flanks of the case, it's on the bezel, and it's on the flanks of the bracelet. The bracelet is substantial. As you can see, the clasp, nicely made. It's not Rolex's most deluxe clasp in terms of features. As you can see, this entry-level model does not feature the Easy Link quick adjustment, nor does it feature a contrasting finish on the clasp body, but the quality of the fixtures themselves is exactly the same as you would get in a top-level flagship Rolex product. The physical integrity is there. It feels secure opening and closing. It feels solid on the wrist, and as you can see, all solid center links to the bracelet and solid end links give the watch an impressive stance on the wrist. It also has excellent ergonomic engineering. As you can see underneath, broad channels between the links allow the wrist to aerate on a hot day. It is an ideal sports watch, though not rotating bezel. You'll also note the broad channels help to avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. The case is fluid, simple, and elegant. It actually feels like it has more in common with the Daytona proportionally than it does with the Supercase, GMTs, Sea Dwellers, and Submariners. There's a measure of elegance to this watch that's missing in some of the more utility-focused timepieces in the Rolex collection. Now, of course, that domed bezel is special. You don't see it too often. It's perhaps a bit more graceful, a bit more sensuous than the conical style bezels used on watches like the Air King and the Milgauss, and it provides a handsome transition to the red grape dial. Now, for 2015, there were several different sizes and dial colors available within the Oyster Perpetual family, and this one is a spectacular burgundy sunburst. I would say it's somewhere between violet and burgundy, and then it has those shocks of red outboard of each hour index. Now, the watch does feature a limited amount of luminescence at 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and the hour and minute hands at center. All of the applied indices, as well as the hand and the 5-point coronet, are 18-karat white gold to avoid tarnishing and corrosion in the long term. What's under the hood? Well, under the hood is Rolex's proprietary 3132, which differs from the 3131 in the Air King in that it uses Rolex's Paraflex in-house shock protection system. 48-hour power reserve, smooth bidirectional winding. Because of the bidirectional system with Teflon-coated reverser wheels in these Rolex calibers, you can barely hear or feel them. They're the anti-7750, so to speak. Now, the watch does feature both a full balance bridge and a free-sprung balance architecture for robust shock resistance, and a parachrom blue Rolex anti-magnetic Breguet over coil hairspring, which, yes, helps to resist magnetism, but also helps to resist different orientations due to gravity, so the watch is less likely to speed up or slow down in different positions with respect to gravity. It also features, as you can see when you screw out the crown, a hacking or stop seconds functionality, so you can synchronize the watch to a known accurate reference time. And though the watch is certified as a COSC Swiss chronometer as a bare movement, Rolex then cases it back up at the factory and assures that prior to departure it exceeds the COSC chronometer standards, registering -2 +2 no more as a fully cased up and customer prepped timepiece, not just a bare movement. A handsome watch with a rich heritage dating back to the early 1930s. That original bubble-back Oyster Perpetual automatic winder with a water-resistant case spawned an entire legendary family of Rolex timepieces, of which this, once more, is the most direct living relative. See and own the legend in its most elemental form on our website.